wanted to get a hand to give my opinion, my recap. I'm not all dolled up and all that shit. I got grown woman shit to do, so I'm getting in and getting out like an OG classic. Saturday, Queen of the Ring, Caskets and Classics went down in the Bronx at their new location. I'm going to say straight off the bat that I'm not feeling the new location because I used to live in the South Bronx, so I know the area pretty well, and I know that on that particular block there's a brownstone that's been there for since 1800, so it's like a landmark in the area. And on top of that, a lot of gentrification has been going on in New York, from Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, so a lot of Becky's and Bob's are moving in, and Becky's and Bob's must feel protected and safe. And so Becky's and Bob's, need the police presence so they can walk their dogs at, 9 and 10 o'clock at night and jog and do, drink their lattes and whatever else it is that they do. They also built a loft right next to, I think, one of the projects over there is not Mott Haven, and it's the other one across the street. So, like I said, a lot of gentrification, which meant police presence heavy. And the battle was inside the gym, but the gym is inside a church. So the security was heavy. So by the time I got inside, Lady E was battling Miss Miami. Miss Miami was going in. She was going off. And unfortunately, Lady E choked multiple times. She choked multiple times. So I'm going to have to give that battle to Miss Miami. Next up was Karma Kane versus Miss Merck with the rematch. And the rematch probably clearly went the same way as the original battle, and that's that Miss Merck came from out of town and stomped the mud hole in Karma Kane's ass. There's no other way to say it. Like, there's no other way you can say it. She 3-0'd her, plain and simple. At the end of the third round, Karma Kane, she dressed nice, she looks cute and everything, but she started stomping around and hollering. I don't know what she was talking about, but what I do know is that she lost that battle. Next up is C3 unofficial, which was the unofficial main event because everybody knew it was going to be a bar fest, and it did not disappoint. Official, she came out swinging. C3 came out swinging. Official threw some shots at Nunu Nails. C3 can freestyle, so she just, pretty much flipped them right back on her. It was a good battle, yo. The room it just was a bunch of, people turning around, just craziness. Debo walking around the ring like, oh shit, how vague is with those faces, all of that. So all of that, was going down, all of that during that battle. So I would have to say on the C3 and official battle that I would have to call that a toss-up. I'm not really sure. It might come down to me seeing it on footage, and then maybe I'll be able to make a decision. But right now, from what I saw and what I heard, and I was standing pretty close to the ring, so I heard well, I think that it's a tie. So next up was Stargirl Lady Red and Dawn Lady. Both of them had their hair real cute. They looked nice. They looked really nice, but they weren't saying nice things to each other at all, as we know. And I would have to say that Dawn Lady probably said the most not nice things, and I would have to say that she probably took that battle. Stargirl Lady Red, she was on her shit. She was talking her shit, but I just feel like Dawn Lady was, she was not backing down. She was coming hard. She was, she came at her about the calling herself Miss Hustle's twin. You know what I mean? We've all seen the video or whatever. So it just, it wasn't pretty. So I'm gonna have to say that Dawn Lady probably took that 2-1. It might even be a 3-0, but I'm gonna definitely say it was a 2-1. Next up was the main event, which was Daylight and 40 Bars. The URL was in the building heavy. They really started coming in a lot during Dawn Lady and Stargirl Lady Red's battle. The Smack, Beasley, Poison Pen, Ill Will was there. Old Red and Arsenal was there from the beginning. Newborn, Chaina Ashley, Caesar. Farrah Funeral has a new haircut. She's got a Caesar and it's blonde and it's cute, of course. Miss Hustle was there. Her hair was real cute too. But the URL was in the building heavy. I was right next to Space Sever. Like I said, Ill Will was behind me. Queen's Flip was right there. So it was a lot going on, and they were in the building heavy because I guess they wanted to see what's going to happen. And Daylight came out with bars. Like, at first he came out, he was spitting, well, first it was 40's turn. And she came out, she always has bars for days. And her outfit was fly as shit. She had a cat, kind of like a cat suit on, with the sides with sheer. And, she's got a nice body. She's real pretty. So it was, it was a nice look for her. She came out there and, she started talking her shit. And as she does, she had a hat on. And next thing you know, it was Daylight's turn. And Daylight came, and then he went in his little bag and he pulled on his mask. And as soon as before he could even get it to the bottom of his face, 40 had hers on. She pulled that hat down over her face, and it was the Chanel mask. And everybody was just cracking up. It was like, oh shit, she was ready. She was not having it. She was not going to let him punk her, just like she said in the video. So that was crazy. But he was all up on her, like she was a dude, just on her. And she just was standing there like, like whatever. So next round, she went in again. Of course, she was giving him bars. I must say that during the first round, all of the URL men, they was like, oh, he's giving her bars. Oh, he's killing her. Oh, he's killing her, which I didn't necessarily agree. Although he was, he wasn't fucking around. I will say that he didn't come to fuck around. Next thing I know, sorry, it was the second round. Like I said, she came out. She did what she had to do. And then he came out. He brought out the Bible. He started saying how women, we don't listen. And, how in the Bible it says that, we're not supposed to teach and all this other shit that I'm pretty sure he was reading from the Old Testament and it doesn't apply now. And, anyway, next up was the third round, and she came out and she was pretty much trying to play him for his antics and insinuating that he might possibly enjoy a little boy booty. So she said, Queen of the Ring endorses gay shit and we're all for that. And she just, she then gave him a hug that was very seductive. And I'm pretty sure, if he's not gay, that he was very happy when he got that hug. So when it was his turn, he came out talking about, I think he said something about how big his dick was or whatever. And then he said if anyone wanted to see it. So immediately all the men started heading for the door. And then, like in the mayhem, he's told the men on top of that if they were a man, they should probably get to heading for the door. So all of the men and all of the ladies who are not here to see dicks, they all started heading for the door. Like a mass exodus. Debo, by then, he wasn't even in the ring. He had ran out to handle some shit or whatever. Oh yeah, before the battle, B.A.R.R.S was there, all pretty and pregnant, looking all good. She came out and she stood in the ring for a little while Daylight and 40 was battling, so that was nice. That was really nice. Rod Digger was there too. She came. So anyway, Daylight was saying about how big his dick was, and then when he said if 10 women raised their hands, that he would show it. So 10 women apparently raised their hands. I was standing right there where he was going to stand, where he showed it at, pretty much, because he climbed up on the ring and he stood on like the second or third rope, and then he just unzipped his zipper and pulled that motherfucker out. And yeah, that's exactly how it happened. And after that, the room went in an uproar. It was like fucking pandemonium. Everybody was going crazy. So he finished his round, which I'm not really sure what the fuck he was talking about after that, because I was like, what the fuck just happened here? So he finished his round, and then the battle was over. So after that, here's where I have an issue, because and this is no slight to Queen of the Ring, you know what I mean, any of that, but my thing is, when we were in there, I guess their time was up or whatever, and all of a sudden I'm like choking. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm like, is somebody having some strong perfume or something? And that's when they was like, oh no, it's pepper spray. So they were spraying pepper spray in order to get us out of the building, which once you got outside the building, like half the precinct was out there. So that just was a little, disheartening, because like, why would you be spraying pepper spray? Like, you're asking us to leave, people are headed to the door, one locks up, the whole thing jump up. So if the line is moving slow to go down the steps, everybody can't just bum rush the door and like like I said, Babs was there. She's pregnant. You're like spraying pepper spray. What the fuck is up with that? So I don't really know if anybody else said anything about it, because I didn't really hear anybody else say anything about it. But that pepper spray, half the precinct outside, taking all your shit and everything, like, I'm not here for that. So it was a great event, and I was here for that. I didn't even get to get all the pictures that I would have liked to get, because like once you got outside, the cops were there. You had to walk up the block. What the fuck, man? Like, it just was too much going on. So hopefully all of that can get straightened out some kind of way, because other than that, I don't really know about that. I mean, yeah, the battle rap crowd, like, what's going on here? Like, those cops were on some fuck shit, fucking harassing people and shit. But anyway, we're gonna leave that alone. And that's all I really wanted to say. So I'm gonna upload some pictures at the end, and I'm sorry if this wasn't the best video or whatever, but I'm a little inebriated, and it is what it is. Deuces.